Welcome to another edition of Footprints in American History. Today we're going to talk about the Christmas Truce of 1914. Now, during World War I, things were going pretty hard as far as the battles were concerned. Pope Benedict XV had noticed all the fighting that was going on. He felt with Christmas approaching that he was really concerned about all this fighting going on during the holiday. So what happened was he issued a proclamation asking both sides to call a ceasefire, at least long enough for the holiday during the time of celebrating Jesus' birth. So what happens was he calls for the truce. Now both sides, the governments, are saying no, and this included Austria, Germany, Russia, the UK, France. So during this time, the governments are saying no. Well, the soldiers disagreed. And even with some commanding officers, they were not wanting to call a ceasefire either. However, the soldiers strongly felt otherwise. So what happened was, about a day before Christmas, fighting stops. And on Christmas morning on the Western Front, some Germans, right around dawn, start coming across the line into what they call no man's land. That's where basically that side between one side and the other where you have a lot of dead bodies, and they came across and they started saying, in the other side's native tongue, they're saying Merry Christmas to them, Merry Christmas to them. Well, the Allied soldiers are shocked. They don't know exactly if this is a trick or what, and they think it's a trick, but then when they look at the Germans, they notice these people are not armed. So they responded in kind. They ended up meeting in no man's land. They shook hands. They ended up coming across back and forth, and they had times of just getting to know each other, shaking hands, having fun talking and getting to know. And what happened was that there's even singing Christmas carols across the lines. It started off on the German side, but then after that, the other side started singing the Christmas carols back. And some of the Allied soldiers reported they even heard brass as the Germans were singing. So obviously some of them had brought musical instruments with them. So imagine you're there in this battle, and it's a temporary ceasefire, and people are singing Christmas carols to each other, and now there's even brass in it. Well, during this time they exchanged cigarettes, exchanged souvenirs, plum pudding, and they even reported that there were some soccer games that took place between them, a good-natured soccer match between some of these sides that were at war. So December 24th to December 26th, 1914, both sides of the war were at peace. Now, they did try to do another ceasefire in 1915. Unfortunately, because the war had been going really, really bad in 1915, there were far less sides that were willing to call a truce. After that, by 1916, forget it. They were fighting each other, and it was out to whoever could win this war. I would like to also note that during other times at the war, they did call some ceasefires, but they weren't nearly as often. Also, during that time of the ceasefire, what happened was there were some prisoner exchanges, but they also let people go into no man's land also to retrieve bodies so that they could take them home either for burial, or if it was somebody that may have been wounded, to get them out of there, to get them to a doctor. Anyway, my name's Jeff Dial. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and share the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, ring the bell. That'll give you notifications of future videos. Like our Facebook page, because you get a lot of information about previous videos that have been done, that also information that you may not have heard that will not make the YouTube channel. In the meantime, fair winds, following seas, and Merry Christmas.